Hello, collective. It's G here from Golden Thread Tarot, and I am here to bring you another collective message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance. Excuse my dogs. They're choosing right now to eat. So it's time to eat. Okay, it is what it is. All right. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the message. So, already while I was shuffling, Spirit pulled the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Wands came out first, and I definitely was like, oh, there's a new idea or something being implanted. It's the beginning. It's the sprout. It's the very beginning. It's reminding me of like the seed, or like you know how like you'll plant a portion of, like, you take a clipping from a plant or from a tree or something, and then you use that with fertilizer, or however, whatever the method is that works best for that plant, and then you implant that clipping from a larger tree or from a larger plant, and over time it grows, right? Over time it grows. And it's kind of giving me this kind of energy here of this person, which I know this is a hoe because it's got like a little hoe right there, right? But it's giving me this energy of almost like this was implanted here, this idea, this clipping, this was planted here, and from this, this whole new idea or whole new plant, like a copy of the original. Ooh, I'm getting really big starseed vibes off of this. So I'm kind of getting like so this definitely could be a starseed message 144 down on the clock when I said that. This could be a kind of, it's giving me a kind of like creating a new earth. It's giving me kind of like Lumeria, creating a new home, recreating a heaven here on earth kind of energy is definitely the vibe that I'm getting from that. So it's giving, yeah. So I definitely feel like this could be, this is gonna, even if you don't identify as being a starseed, I definitely feel like that you can still gather some information out of this, but it's gonna have an extra significance to you if you do identify yourself as a starseed, okay? Because that's literally like the point here, right? You're seeding more stars being grown here on Earth, right? Hello. Okay, so there's a new romantic cycle here beginning for, yeah, Spirit saying this also counts for light workers, starseeds, those who know that they are from the higher realms coming down here to the 3D realms, right, to help lay the foundations for you know, the new earth being planted here. And there's kind of energy, and on the back of the deck here is a Page of Pentacles in reverse. So there's this energy of rejecting an old system here. Rejecting the old, right? This is definitely like a shifting paradigms kind of energy that I'm getting here for, right? Because there's a new seed of light, a new idea, right? A new passion being planted here, coming down from the heavens, right? Being planted here, growing, that is making people, or making maybe even you, people in your family, you're breaking those generational toxic mindsets, you're seeding the light right here, that is making people reject this old fruit or this old paradigm, this old way of being here. I'm also getting with the Seven of Pentacles here, and with this Page of Pentacles in reverse, I'm also getting it's not time to harvest quite yet. It's not quite time yet. Things are still being woven. Things are still being, I'm seeing a lot of cards, or getting a lot of like the descriptions of the cards from the Work the Light Oracle deck by, ooh, I know her first name is Rebecca. Who is that? Is it Campbell? Rebecca Campbell? So if you guys have that Oracle deck, which is one of my favorite, I really like that Oracle deck, but I wasn't guided to use it on this reading. But I'm hearing a lot of that, you know, that kind of channeling, uplifting humanity, seeding the light kind of energy. So, yeah. So, emotions are running high with the supermoon energy here, okay? And new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. And what I'm hearing with that, especially with this person here that has like the flower crown on, I'm getting like Mother Gaia vibes here. Like it's time to give to the earth instead of taking away from it. Right? And I feel like that's this new paradigm that's being spread here, is a more conscious awareness of being at one, more at like one energy with the Gaia earth energy. Spirit is saying, that a lot of star seeds might have had a really hard time being transplanted here, being birthed here on this earth in the 3D plane. Some of you came from other star systems that are still in this 3D plane, and but they exist on like higher dimensions. Um, and so it might have been really hard to come here and deal with some of the toxic paradigms and mass consciousness, and kind of maintaining your idea that this world is worth us working with, that humans are worth us working with, that the people here, that the native people here are worth us helping, because there could have been this kind of paradigm in the mass consciousness, that like this rejection of this kind of light energy, rejection of the light, rejection of things that are different, this kind of us versus them mentality, which I have known for a very long time, is part of my journey. I didn't label it as my spiritual journey for a very long time, but I have always, 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 my whole entire life, as far back as I can remember, thought that that there that not I'm not and I'm not speaking politically, but I'm speaking ideologically. Sorry, I didn't say that word quite right, but you know what I'm saying. That there is a hidden, or there's kind of like a cap limit on not on separating science and religion. Again, like I said, I'm not talking politically, right? But I am speaking more along the lines of, like there is this extra layer here for the human race to understand a higher level of thinking, because what we think of as spirituality as things that don't have tangible proof. There is no proof of God. There is no tangible proof that all of this woo woo stuff happens, right? That there is this hidden layer of knowledge, of understanding behind that. And I've always known that my whole entire life. My mom I've always had this, I remember having a conversation with her for a very long time. And my mom has always had this interest in like geology and space. And that's one of the great qualities that I love, that I picked up from her. That she's always fostered this want for like science and space and understanding that those sort of type things. Now obviously I'm not like professionally educated. I don't have like a college degree in it, but I did take college level classes and some of the stuff. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, so that, and the fact that very much so, especially after I went into college, I knew that I've known for a very long time that the next stage in human evolution, number two, the next stage in human evolution is going to be evolving above this us versus them mentality that seems to be something that kind of holds back. It's this kind of tribalistic mentality that we have, that was bred into us from the animals that we evolved from the beings that we evolved out of, right? It's this very tribalistic nature. You can still see it now in, like monkeys now, that they have this very tribalistic a lot of animals do. They have this very tribalistic us versus them mentality. It's a paradigm that we as a human race need to evolve out of, right? And so I definitely feel like that so many of us are here right now, born now into this time, that we are here to kind of help soothe that, right? We are here to help remind so many people here that there is a higher way of thinking, and that it is time now. I feel like most star seeds are being called now to tap in, to not reject this energy of Gaia, because a lot of us have been what we're at. We think we're really rejecting mass consciousness, right? And with that, we kind of reject this mass consciousness of like consumerism and how, fast fashion and blah, all that stuff that we could get into, right? Of, it's tearing apart this world, our home, here. And so I definitely feel like there's this kind of message here of tapping back, more so, less so about all the political things and all the different ways that you as a starseed or you as a light worker might be guided to help elevate the thought process here on earth, right? That you are also being asked to tap into this energy, to not reject this Gaian energy, the people of Gaia, to remember why we were brought here, because your emotions might be really running high because you're being born here into these human forms, and your emotions might be being kind of guided or kind of like a little bit of like worn out from like tapping in and going through, because it is a big change to evolve, to awaken, to go through your awakening, to go through your ego death, to go through your shadow work, to evolve and to remember your higher thinking, right? To remember your higher thinking, to tap into your higher self, to tap into your Akashic records, to do all of that. It takes a massive lot of energy, and it can really turn your soul kind of weary, right? So Spirit is saying, one, you need to remember that conclusions are within reach, okay? Yeah. And it is time to show the world the real you. And there's this kind of energy here of replenishing yourself. Yeah. Release the negativity, right? Release judgment that you have on people, So many of us are being asked to release the judgment that we have on fellow Gaians, especially those who are not awakened. Because sometimes you can get to a state of like frazzlement, of like being so worked up and being like, how can you not see that you're polluting the air, that you're destroying your own land that helps you survive? How can you not see this? Or how can you not see that there's evil in this world and that it's casting magic on you and that it's doing this? How can you not see that this is happening? How can you not see? It's not their fault that they can't see. That's why we're here, to remind them how to see. And that's what Spirit is. So this is like a message of encouragement. I feel the weight that you feel in your heart. I feel the tightness in your heart chakra and your unsubscribe to that. Pull yourself back out of that entanglement. Pull yourself back out of any kind of lower vibrational, thought processes of judgment, of fear. Check yourself. Check yourself. Because we always have to remember that when we are feeling so triggered by other people, there is work inside us that mirrors that needs to be done. So when you are feeling like, how can you not see? How can you not see? You have to realize that, stop projecting that there's something inside of you that you are not seeing, that there is some part of your being, right? There is never a level of awakened, of wokeness that you will get to, that will just be, oh, this is the top, this is the end. Not while you're here incarnated in a physical being. There will always be a higher level that you can achieve to. So don't look so lowly on people who are less awakened or less knowledgeable or less, just don't look down on people who are still struggling through their karmic struggle, because at one point you were too. So there is this energy of detach from that entanglement, and I'm not saying, because, and obviously I'm not saying it is our role here to be here guiding, influencing, right, into the positive, and to helping those who struggle around us. But many of us have been confused by the way, and I too myself have struggled with this, so I'm so grateful to be receiving this message, because it is as much for me as it is for you guys, right? So I am receiving a message now, and this name might mean something to some of you, and it might not mean something to some of you. But I'm receiving this message that this is a Palladian message from the ambassador Sarah. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on. Seraphim. Yes, seraphim. Ooh, be mindful. Be mindful of dark energy. Be mindful of darker or low energies that are trying to get you to subscribe to this energy right now. They're trying to spread confusion. They're trying to spread darkness. And there are many of you who are having that kind of warrior instinct, like that warrior instinct that it's time to fight. It's time. And Spirit is saying, calm. Salujara, salujara. Calm. Okay? Nothing is solved from matching their chaotic energy. Right? Nothing is solved from screaming, oh, how can you not see? You're all blind. You're not helping. As much as I know that your intentions are to help, you're not helping. Because you're actually lowering your vibration by allowing yourself to get worse. And this is not coming with judgment. This is not coming with judgment. When you feel yourself getting into that vibe, take a step back. Take a step back and breathe. Just breathe. Salundra. Salundra. Calm, okay? Stay calm, sweet ones, okay? My palms are sweating. My goodness. It's so funny sometimes the way I channel. It's so funny because sometimes I actually feel the difference and like, although some of these beings that I channel, they don't have like an actual physical body like we think of. I feel the difference between my body and their body. I don't know. Like, it's just a minute ago, I was like, oh, I feel so tall. Like, I feel like I'm like 9 feet tall. Like, I feel so tall. And my body, my bone structure feels different inside my body. It's such a, kind of threw me off for a second. I was like, whoa, that's weird. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Aren't we about to have a full moon in Aries? Pause. Don't we have a full moon in Aries coming up? Or is it a new moon? It's a new moon in Aries, actually, I think, right? So there is yeah, it's a new moon in Aries. There is this energy here of releasing that's going to be happening during this spring equinox and the full moon coming. And the new moon coming, and then the full moon afterwards. There's this boldness. Spirit says that they appreciate like your boldness and your want to go out there to your need. You're going to be being called towards your destiny. You're feeling this call, right? Which is why you feel so highly emotional right now. Right? It's why you feel so drawn to get involved, to start argument, to start to start, and you're not doing it with the intent to cause low vibrational energy. You're not doing it with the intent to cause chaos, but it is the same result, because you are actually getting swept up in this chaos energy, and they want you to back up, back off, because some of you are getting redrawn into this mass consciousness. And it's this ego, having this ego response here. Mm-hmm. And that's what you need to release. So, Spirit is saying that as you are being grounded here, as you are grounding your seed and laying the light, creating these channels here and grounding this energy from higher realms here, There will be this process of plugging in, witnessing the mass consciousness, having a human reaction to it, having that chaotic, can't you see the truth? Can't you feel the truth? Don't you know what's happening around you? Like, Spirit is now showing me, they're showing me, they're showing this, I'm sorry. It's very comical. They're showing me the scene from the Disney Channel Hercules, where it's like they're showing me like um how it's like that crazy person standing on the corner, or crazy person standing on the corner being like, the world is ending, can't you see, the world is ending. Like, when you are in that energy, that's how you come across. It is hard to be a truth layer when you allow the mass consciousness and the rejection of the mass consciousness to produce a type of chaotic response within you. When you allow them, it's that kind of energy of, they try to paint you as the crazy person, and the more you try to defend yourself, the more you come off as the crazy person, the more you come off as the loon, the more you come off as, paranoid, especially, it's, Spirit's telling us that we need to do this and the world is ending. You come off, there is a more subtle, is that the right way to say that? Subtler or more subtle? Anyway, there is a gentler way, an easier way to, that's not quite the word they want me to use, but it's okay. There is a less resistant, there we go. There is a less resistant way to fold that knowledge. And it is through walking in your truth regardless. Don't engage. Don't engage in that type of, they're calling it primitive, but don't engage in that kind of animalistic, I need to fight you because you're wrong. Don't engage in that behavior. No matter how righteous that your cause is underneath it. There's a much easier way, what is the saying? You catch more flies with honey, right? There is an easier way, and a lot of you will be finding that easier way. Just right now, a lot of us are in a transitional phase where we are transitioning, okay? Where we are transitioning over into tapping in. It is a symptom. That's what they want to say, a byproduct of you tapping in and you grounding this energy here. This kind of chaotic energy that you feel they are encouraging you to transmute through it. Keep transmuting through it. Don't, try not as much as you can to lash out, to project, to get involved, and to start screaming at the top of your lungs, even though you know that you're here with a purpose, that you're here, and that you're here to open people's minds up. It is a way of fear mongering that the darker or low vibrational energies that want things to remain the same will put this kind of illusion into your mind that you are actually getting your message across the more that you're forcing it. And that's not true. A gentler approach, a more, see, I'm living in the light. See, I am living by this truth that I know, and see, my fruits are bared, right? There is going to be this much more subtle way that a lot of you are being asked to see the light here. Some of you will be asked to do it in a much louder way, but right now, a lot of you are being asked to see the light in a much more subtle way. But a lot of you are internalizing this rejection that that plugging into the mass consciousness, it can feel that you are other, that you are different. And so it sends out this attack or this rejection energy, almost like a foreign body plugging in, and the body responding with white blood cells, right? And it's that immune response of the mass consciousness, right? And how does Spirit doesn't kind of like that we're using, because but that's what it is, right? We are a foreign body coming here and seeding the light here. So it is natural that some people here have that immune response reaction to us, and they want to fight and they want to attack, because we are different, we are other, you know. And since you are born here in human bodies, it is natural for you to respond in kind. But we are asking you to dive deeper into your subconscious. We are asking you to dive deeper into your higher knowing and to evolve beyond having that response. And as you hear, and as you are here, you will develop an understanding of how to blend and how to create like a protective coating on yourself in your aura that will help you to be accepted. Because a lot of you have taken on this persona that has been projected on you, that you are different, that you are other. And you internally know that you are different and that you are other. But underneath it all, we are no different. We are no other. We are all one people underneath the spirit. We are all one people underneath our physical difference, underneath our chemical makeup differences, underneath our vibrational makeup differences. We are all one. We are all from the creation. We are all from the spirit. We all are one. Which is why we're here helping to raise the vibration of this place, right? To bring it closer to the oneness with this, with source energy. That's why we're here. Don't forget that. Right? So definitely thank you, Spirit. Right? My last little message that I have here for you is your commitment is being tested. Okay? And don't forget to step out of your comfort zone. It is going to feel uncomfortable. One, to your spirit body, to your higher vibrational spirit body, to be encased here in this physical flesh, and to be here and to forget, right? That's why we forget, so that we can come through the grand realization. We can wake up. Because what growth would we go through if we came here and we woke up and we were like, oh, I know exactly who I am. I'm so-and-so from the star system, so-and-so, yada, yada, yada. I know what my mission is. No, you need to be here. You need to learn what it's like to deal with people. You need to know that you're here to break those generational curses, that you're here to break those generational toxic mindsets, that you're here to evolve beyond that, to see, to be born into the darkness, and then to glow out, right? To be born into the darkness and glow out of that darkness, right? Grow out of that void, that shadow, that the work that shadow work gives you, right? That's why you're here. It enhances your abilities. It enhances your understanding. It enhances your knowledge of the Gaian people. It enhances, and to quote unquote save someone, you have to understand them, right? You have to be born here and understand what it's like to live here as a human. And I know that for so many of us, we idealize our home worlds. We idealize the place we came from because it's so different and it was so much easier and it was what we were used to. Sounds like ego, doesn't it? Sounds a lot like the ego we claim we're so above the Gaians for having. We're not above these things. We're just born with a different set of rules, and we're born with a different set of understandings. That does not make these Gaians beneath us. That does not make these people less than us. Okay? So it's important for us to remember that and to understand that it is important for us to be born into this place here so that we can understand these people. So we can understand how to help them. When we understand how they think, we can understand not necessarily how to control them, but when you understand the way something thinks, you can know it. You can truly know it. Which is why it's such an important part of our journey is to know thyself. Know thyself in this flesh so that you can know yourself in the beyond. Right? It's all an important part of it. So don't reject getting to know this flesh. Don't reject getting to know this place because it's different from the place that you came from. It is all a part of our journey. And again, I'm saying this without judgment, but it's just a reminder that there is a divine plan here. That sometimes your soul will grow weary. Step back, unsubscribe, take a second, breathe, go on a little bit of spiritual retreat, do your hermit mode, do your replenishing, do your meditation. Take care of this body. Don't reject it. Take care of it. Be here with it. Love it. Become one with it. It's just as important as any other physical body that you've had outside of this place or any non-physical being that you've had outside this place. This body is just as important. Otherwise, the one wouldn't have willed it to be so. Okay? Remember why you're here. Sorry. Remember who you are, Simba. Remember who you are. Remember why you're here. Okay? And you're not here just to help the lowly humans along their way. Unsubscribe to that. And I know a lot of you don't consciously know, but if you really start searching inside of yourself, you do have some kind of projecting that rejection energy that you got, whether or not your childhood, whether or not your circumstances. So many of us, right, were born into those rejection energies. And it's important that we do not embody that and that we do not project that right back out onto our humanity, because it is so important for us to feel what it is like to be here and be a human. Drink it up. Drink it up because your body is thirsty. So remind yourself, right? Remind yourself that there is so much growth and so much beauty and so much understanding to be gained from this world. We're all here, right, to improve ourselves from the experience that we are having in one way or another. And to thus, by enjoying this experience, seeding the light here into this experience. 3330 down on the clock. 3333 down on the clock. Okay. Some of you here are gonna really vibe with being like from like the fairy realm, fae realm, things like that too. Okay. I'm hearing the dragons. You know, you're here from a lot of other different types of realms. And there's a lot of different types of what humans would refer to as fae, higher vibrational energies, angels, beings all around you, trying to remind you, trying to replenish you, trying to guide you to locations and to soulmates of replenishment. So allow that to happen now. Yeah. So number 63 is really important as well. All right. That's all the download that I have about that. That was very enlightening. That was very I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. That was really beautiful. I know this message is not for everybody. Some people come just to hear, you know, my spiritual guidance more about earthly things, and some people come here for higher vibrational guidance that channels through me. So Appreciate everyone, no matter who you are and why you showed up here. Thank you for giving this the time. If this energy is for you, you'll know it. You'll feel it in your gut. You'll understand it. Okay. Know that I'm always bringing this forward to you with love and light, my sweet ones. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your spirit guides for guiding you here and receiving this information. Okay. I pray that you are able to receive this in the way and in the time that it is right for you to digest it. Okay. Thank you to my spirit guides as well as specifically Seraphim. Thank you for receiving this information. Okay, she's gone. But she said, yeah, you're good. She did like this really cute, almost like kind of like Sailor Moon, kind of like bing, like kind of thing. It was really cute. Okay, anyway, significance, yeah. Thank you guys so very much. As always, let me know if this resonated for you down in the comment section down below, if you feel comfortable with sharing, if you would like to get a energy or reading with me. Okay, personal reading with me. My contact information is listed down in the description box down below. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so very much. As always, very much love and appreciation for everything. Thank you to my guides for being here and helping me to deliver this message and keeping me protected while I'm doing so. And I will see you lovelies in the next one, okay? Goodbye.